Is it possible to overcome food addiction? So, the last time in our video under the main title of food addiction, we showed you in a few minutes that food addiction is real and why certain foods can easily become as addictive as drugs to our brain. Also, we explained the basics about the etiology of food addiction. Let's go deeper this time, and after a bit of scientific terminology, we will move on to answering the question: why overcoming food addiction forever is achievable for anybody. We already mentioned that our brain has its own drugs, hormones like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, etc. Most of external drugs like alcohol or heroin just stimulate your brain to excrete those hormones in large amounts, so you feel a heavenly feeling. But those hormones are important in surviving because they are part of a reward system. So for example, when you eat or have sex, your brain excretes those hormones so you feel good and have a desire to repeat the behavior so you could extend your family line or eat next time, which allows you to survive. That reward system is placed in the oldest part of the brain, and altogether, it is called the corticobasal ganglia thalamic loop. But lots of people misuse that reward system and start to overeat, get trapped in sexual addiction, gambling, gaming, etc. On the other side, habits like working out also excrete dopamine, but unlike addiction, it's a healthy habit and helps to keep you away from bad habits by giving you the same amount of hormones via a healthy way of getting them. It is easier to form a bad habit like overeating and get pleasure from it rather than to go out running or hiking with friends. But on the other side, you start to feel depression, anxiety, guilt, and start having self-esteem issues. Also, you get more and more addicted, just because it is easier to get your dopamine fix to feel better. It is a vicious cycle. So when you realize and admit to yourself that you have a problem, in most cases, it is too late to just shrug it off without withdrawal. Yes, you feel withdrawal effects, just like on any other drug. You can also be addicted to working out, for example. After long periods spent in a gym or running, you feel itchy when you just sit around all day long doing nothing. Now your body craves moving. But because of the brain use it or lose it system, after some time you feel comfortable just sitting in your sofa and compensate your dopamine and other hormone levels with food. Suddenly, running is too hard to get those high hormone levels. Your brain just needs dopamine for your body to function normally, and it is easier to get it at home overeating in front of a TV without actual effort. Because of that, your brain thinks that you are doing a good thing, when in fact you are doing a very destructive thing. This is called a pleasure trap. But because of the use it or lose it system, there is a proof that it is possible to receive these pleasure-oriented hormones in other activities that are much healthier than your current vice. So this way you will feel better with less depression, anxiety, and other bad feelings. And at the same time, you will need less food to compensate these hormones once you get used to some of the new rituals and habits in your life. This will improve the quality of your life overall. In the next